neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and I wanted to talk about the 8th studio album by Demi Lovato. It's called Holy Fuck, and it's an album that transitions pretty quickly back into her rock roots. And I say rock loosely because Demi herself has described this album as kind of a return to form in some ways, a return to where she came from musically, getting back in touch with those influences. The first two albums that they put out, Don't Forget and Here We Go Again, are both relatively still very commercial pop leaning, but she was a teenager at the time, so I'm not knocking it for that. There were some pops on those records, but I just didn't really get a ton from Demi's pop years. Holy Fuck summarizes the feelings pretty quickly. There's middle fingers in the air, the attitude that you can sense is just palpable, and I like the energy and the darkness of the corners of the album, and I dare say that this is sounding a lot better than what a lot of notable rock bands that get success in the mainstream are putting out. This feels stronger, and it doesn't feel like Machine Gun Kelly pop punk light. No, I'm not saying this is a pop punk album overall. There's just songs that really tap into that genre, that style, and they do it extremely well, with City of Angels being one of the best pop punk songs I've heard in quite some time. I really enjoyed Dead Friends as well. Substance has gotten a ton of plays for me since it dropped as a single, and that's the song that really convinced me to give this album a fair shake. I wasn't sure if I was going to end up checking it out, but I heard it the day it released, and I kind of kept gravitating towards it. There's an energy immediately out of the gate, the track with YUNGBLUD, that I just really didn't see coming. That song, Freak, leans a little bit more into almost this 90s grungy meets a little bit of metalcore, whatever it is. I think YUNGBLUD sounds a lot better than his typical vocal delivery. There's an extra snarl and rawness to it, and them trading back and forth, it really works. It actually feels like a collaboration that I thought would be bad, but turned out to be pretty great, even if it is a bit gimmicky. Let's be honest, the gimmicks are what weigh this album down and keep it from being even stronger than it is. Not just that, but the overall length of this track list. It's a little bloated, coming in at almost 50 minutes across 16 tracks. I think the track list suffers in the back half from not exactly having the best pacing or the best songs, considering the front half contains a lot of the album's best bangers. I'll be completely honest in saying the past few Demi albums have been in one ear, out the other, just feeling like there's stopgap after stopgap before a final product that just wasn't arriving. But now with Holy Fuck on our doorstep, Amazon Prime shipped overnight, I'm feeling a lot more positive. I'm feeling the energy, the vocal performances, though at times there are some strange choices that are made with either effects that are done, even the ending of City of Angels, a track that I absolutely adore. The ending is kinda odd, as are several of these other songs, with a few weird choices. Maybe it's auto-tune, maybe it's just the belting in the background that feels like the key almost doesn't fit. There are a ton of thinly veiled metaphors for the sexual and religious imagery that are kind of used interchangeably, flipped on their heads as Demi gives new meaning to them in a sexual liberation type of way, in a song like Heaven that is definitely about masturbation. Again, this album struggles with being bloated. It could have been cut from 16 to 12 tracks, and I wouldn't have batted an eye. We could have lost some of the slower ones that don't necessarily do a ton for the album or move the dial one way or the other. Closer comes to mind, and also Forever for Me, which I just don't think should have been the closer. Feed deserved that role, but it is what it is. Overall, this is a very solid showing. I've been coming back to a decent amount of the tracks, not necessarily the entire thing, but I'm gonna give this a very strong 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching my review of Demi Lovato's new album, Holy Fuck. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Remember, this is just my opinion, so I would love to hear yours as well. Hit the like button and subscribe while you're down there. Turn on those notifications. Check out another Demi review on screen now, as well as another quickie. All of my socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.